Heating cables are a hot topic. 2015, we've had maybe 5 really crazy winters over the last decade. Crazy winters. Snowfall, that epic snowfall we have never seen before. And there's been a lot of ice damming and a lot of damage to homes, ceilings and walls. And so again, people look to treat the symptoms and not the cause, and they want to melt these ice dams. So they call us and say, can you put heating cables in? Yeah, we can. We are very cause focused though. Why are you needing these heating cables? I'm not rushing to put something that has an electrical current running through it in your gutter or on your roof line because there's some liability involved. Are you going to now maintain that? Are you going to take it out every year and put it back in? Are you going to call a professional to remove it and put it back in? If you don't do that, do you know what the ramifications are? Wear and tear, literally squirrels and critters on the roof chewing on the insulation on the cables. Are you unplugging this device? Are you putting it on a switch that you're maintaining? Or are you just plugging it in and letting it run all winter and you're off to Vermont to go skiing, or you're down in your Florida home? How are what are you doing to keep up this system? Heating cables are an imperfect solution. And not to get too detailed, but a lot of the reason being is in a crisis, okay, it's 10 degrees out and we have some huge snowstorm. Well, now you want to flip the switch and activate this heating cable. You need to get that heating cable up to temperature. It's very hard to do that when you're activating the system in 10 degrees or 0 degrees or 10 below. It's very slow. In fact, it might not even get to temperature as is. Imagine having a wire frozen in a big chunk of ice and then you're just flipping the switch and trying to melt that. You need a lot of power. You need a very strong system, a commercial system, to be able to activate and heat up these cables in a crisis. The way to combat that is to activate the heating cable before the moisture and the temperature arrive. But most people don't have the forethought or the wherewithal to do that, so it gets tricky. The other answer for that is to put in an automated system with bells and whistles and sensors that detect temperature and moisture. And if we only have one, let's say it's very cold out, but we don't have moisture, it doesn't activate. Or let's say there's moisture, but there's no temperature, so it's raining, but it's not so cold that we have snow, it won't activate. So these sensors will turn the system on with temperature and moisture. So we know we're going to have a snow event. The system knows, the sensor knows, and it activates it and warms everything up before the snow starts to settle on the roof. They do take a lot of energy to run. They are very cost prohibitive to install. I really am leery of installing the do-it-yourselfer kit off the shelf at Home Depot. I think you need to put a lot of forethought into what system you want to, what you're trying to achieve, what your lifestyle is like, and what the ramifications are of what you're about to put on your roof, in conjunction with what is the root cause of your ice damming. Let's address maybe insulation first. Let's address airflow under the roof. Is there airflow? Is it stifled? Call us, we'll come out, we'll take a look at that first. Maybe there's some easier answers to remedying this ice damming issue before we get into just slapping a Band-Aid on the house and putting some wire with an electrical current running through it as our end-all be-all solution.